Hey Big Spring, I'm Kian and I am here with your Paul Print Productions. Firstly, bring you a coronavirus update. More than 6.2 million cases of COVID-19 have been reported worldwide, including at least 375,000 deaths according to Johns Hopkins University. Thailand, India, and Mexico are among nations relaxing coronavirus restrictions. Rio de Janeiro will also be opening non-essential businesses and activities. More than 1.8 million cases have been recorded, including over 105,000 deaths. Congratulations to Gabby and Austin, who were named prom queen and king last week. Also, congratulations to other members of the court whom we announced last week. Congratulations to Carly White, who is named the 2020 valedictorian. Now to Miss Couture with your not always on time news.
Pardon this interruption as we bring you the final edition of Not Always On Time News for the 2019-2020 school year with yours truly. We are live from my kitchen. I'm reporting on a more serious note today. As Friday approaches and we wish a fond farewell to our seniors, I want to wish you well. You are members of an extraordinary class as we live through these uncertain and extraordinary times. Here comes the graduation speech. I've been doing a lot of reading lately, and I stumbled across a pretty powerful graduation speech in the book Wonder by R.J. Palacio. Although the principal was addressing rising sixth graders, it is full of ageless and timeless remarks. I'm just going to read a little bit of it in a paraphrase. We're all gathered here together to celebrate not only your achievements of this past year, but your endless possibilities. When you reflect on this past year, I want you all to look at where you are now and where you've been. But the best way to measure how much you've grown isn't by inches or the number of laps you can now run around the track, or even your grade point average, although those things are important to be sure. It's what you've done with your time, how you've chosen to spend your days, and whom you have touched this year. To me, that is the greatest measure of success. Shall we make a new rule of life? Always try to be a little kinder than necessary. Kinder than necessary. What a marvelous line, isn't it? Kinder than necessary. Because it's not enough to be kind. One should be kinder than needed. Why I love that line, that concept, is that it reminds me that we carry with us as human beings not just the capacity to be kind, but the very choice of kindness. Such a simple thing, kindness. Such a simple thing. A nice word of encouragement, given when needed, an act of friendship, a passing smile. What I want to impart to you today is an understanding of the value of that simple thing called kindness. And that's all I want to leave with you today. What I want you to take away from your high school experience is the sure knowledge that in the future, you make for yourselves, anything is possible. If every single person in this room or in this virtual situation made it a rule that wherever you are, wherever you can, you will try to act a little kinder than is necessary, the world would be a better place. In closing, I am proud of all of you. Congratulations and best wishes to the graduating class of Big Spring High School 2020. We now take you back to Paul Print Productions Quarantine Edition.
This week's retiree spotlight is Bob Hankus. Let's hear what he has to say about his teaching career and retiring.
What made you become a teacher? Well, this is a story that I've told many times. I needed money. My ex-wife and I were looking at job possibilities when I was a grad student, and the opportunity to teach came along, and I told her that for many years I was against teaching. I didn't want to do it, but it just seemed like too good of an offer to pass up. So I tried it, and I really, really enjoyed it.
It surprised you.
Yes, yeah, that was back in 1983.
So was Big Spring the only place you've ever taught, or have you taught at other places too?
Oh, well, before Big Spring, I worked for about 9 years in different locations. I was at Philadelphia Job Corps for about 2 years, and then I subbed for a year in the Philadelphia school system. And then I also taught at some colleges too, Temple and Community College of Philadelphia. Yeah, so I bounced around quite a bit before coming out here to the Carlisle area and finding Big Spring.
How do those experiences compare with your time at Big Spring?
Well, there's been nothing like Big Spring. I really felt at home at Big Spring, and I felt like I could do what I wanted. Job Corps was another place where I felt like I was in a family, and that was a nice experience. So, and of course, subbing in Philadelphia was just scary. It was very strange.
So how many years does this make for you then?
37.
37 years of teaching.
Yes, if you count all of my teaching, yeah.
So in all those 37 years, what is your most favorite, best memory of teaching?
Well, I have a lot of great memories, mainly from Big Spring. There was one day, I don't remember what year, but it was February 2nd. And we were in the old building, and a student named Hoss brought in a stuffed groundhog. And so I threw out the whole lesson plan for today. And what we did was we made a 10-foot long poster saying Happy Groundhog's Day, and set it up and set up a table next to the poster, and we put the groundhog on it. And then we all went out into the hallway and wished everybody a happy Groundhog's Day as they left the building. That was a fun day.
That sounds like Big Spring to me.
Yes.
So what made you choose this year to retire?
Well, I guess a number of factors. Our colleague, Dr. Smith, had a health episode a year ago, and that got me thinking that I won't be around forever. And also, this is the first year that I could formally retire. So after looking into if I could go out or not, I found that I could. And this gives me the opportunity to work on another one of my loves, which is writing. So I'm going to retire and write. I was thinking about sticking around longer, but this is a good time to go, I think.
So how do you feel about this particular year and what's happened being the year that you retire?
Yes, well, it certainly is a good time to go out. The number of changes that we're going through, and the different ways that we're trying to teach, all that, frankly, is something that I'm glad to leave behind. And I wish everybody well next year when they possibly come back and try to teach again virtually.
So you said writing. Besides writing, what are some things you look forward to in retirement?
Well, as a hobby, I play guitar. So, and I've got a acoustic guitar and an electric guitar, and I'd like to learn how to play those a little bit more. I'm very anxious to start reading more. Stephen King says he reads 2 books a week. I'd like to get up to 2 books a week. That would be fantastic. So, and I'm going to do some traveling. I have a daughter who's in the Boston area. I'm going to go up and see her and see some of my relatives back in the Chicago area.
Awesome. So as you prepare to leave, either for your colleagues or your students, is there any piece of advice you would give to either and or both of them?
Well, I would say to everybody, hang in there. You know that everything is going to change, coronavirus or not. So just keep coming to school and hang in there. The other advice that I would give is keep talking about reading and writing. Those 2 skills are so important, especially once you get out of high school, whether you go to college or not. So keep reading and keep writing.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
The only thing I'd add is that I spent 28 years at Big Spring, and it was a blast. I really enjoyed it, and it was a big moment in my life, these almost 3 decades.
And that's all, Big Spring. I'm Kian, and have a fantastic summer.